Premier League has given us plenty of surreal moments that stop the world. Moments where you remember exactly where you were and what you were doing. So without any nonsense, these are the 7 most iconic of all time, ranked. In at number 7, I've got the infamous Suarez bite. It came in a Premier League game in 2013 against Chelsea at Anfield that ended 2-2. Luis Suarez, who was considered one of the best players on the planet at the time, bit Ivanovic on the arm in broad daylight in front of millions of viewers. Now, people claim that there was no explanation, but Suarez did admit after the game that he completely lost it after conceding a penalty, and he did call his actions inexcusable. The funny thing about this story is Suarez scored the equalizer in stoppage time as if nothing happened, and then was banned for 10 games. Now, an even funnier fact is that this wasn't his first bite and wasn't his last. He later went on to bite Chiellini in a World Cup match. So you can see how this moment is iconic for all the wrong reasons, but impossible to forget. For my number 6 spot, I went with Rooney's famous overhead kick. 2011, Manchester United versus Manchester City at Old Trafford, immense skill, high stakes derby, very important for the title race, along with one of the most famous celebrations afterwards. It was the perfect combination. It also went on to claim the club's Goal of the Decade award. Now, although the 10-11 season ended with a 9-point difference, at the time of the game, it was vital to keep United above the rest of the pack. 2 key funny details are the fact that the ball actually came off Rooney's shin instead of his foot, which a lot of people already know, but the one that not many people mention is the fact that Nani's cross was actually a deflection off of Zabaleta, which in my opinion kind of adds to the moment. Now, into the top 5. I'm going with Liverpool versus Man United 7-0. Now, this one is more recent, so I don't want you guys to have nostalgia bias, because not a lot of people consider this shout when they look at their lists, but I believe in 10 or 20 years down the line, it's going to get the respect that it actually deserves. I mean, this game had everything. Going into the second half, only 1-0 down, United fans still had hope, not to mention Liverpool weren't that great at that time of the season, so when I say no one expected it, it's true that no one expected a result like that. Second half, everyone got a lick. Salah, Firmino, Nunes, Gakpo. One thing that the game didn't have was importance when it came to the title, because both teams that season didn't challenge for the title. But the cherry on top of the cake of how out of the blue this game was is the fact that Liverpool went on to lose 1-0 at Bournemouth the very next game. So yeah, just for the pure humiliation and embarrassment, this comes in as my 5th spot. In at number 4, I've got a no-brainer. The Arsenal's Invincibles season. This one isn't just a single moment or game. This one is an entire season, as is another entry that will come later on the list. I'm sure you can guess what that is. But when it comes to Premier League heritage, it's hard not to mention the Invincibles season. Sure, Arsene Wenger racked up a lot of draws in their campaign, and that is something that rival fans use to kind of hinder the achievement. But unbeaten in 38 games is still extraordinary. Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Perez, Bergkamp. This was prime Arsenal, and an achievement that hasn't been repeated in the Premier League and will certainly be hard to come close given how strong the Premier League is these days. Now, a lot of people do place this achievement or iconic moment higher in their list, so comment below if you agree with my placement, and whilst you're down there, comment your top 7. Now, for number 3, I've got a classic, an absolute heartbreak for all Liverpool fans. It's the Gerrard slip. This one hurt. Liverpool was on the verge of their first title in over 20 years. Steven Gerrard, the captain, the legend, gives a team talk before the Chelsea game, stating, quote, "This does not slip." And later in the game, slips, allowing Demba Ba to score and give Chelsea the win, with Gerrard never winning a league title. For those who don't know the exact breakdown of the table that season, to sum it up, there was another 2 games left after the Chelsea loss. A draw against Palace and a win against Newcastle. And at the end, they lost the league to City by 2 points. But even if they won that game against Palace, they still would have lost the league due to goal difference. So because of that, the Gerrard slip was still the main reason that they, and no pun intended, let it slip. Now, I'm sure you can piece together the top 2, but you're wondering which order I have them in. In second, I'm going with the Leicester City title season. The reason I don't have it in first is because of the whole moment versus season thing that I mentioned earlier. And you'll see what I mean when we get to first. But as for Leicester, I mean, you knew this was going to be here. 5,000 to 1 odds, and they didn't scrape it. They were good the whole season. Ranieri did wonders with that team. Jamie Vardy, Mahrez, Kante, he had a wonderful squad. This is a type of achievement that when you say it won't happen again, it genuinely won't happen again. Now, I'm sure you can guess the number 1 pick, but if you've enjoyed so far, make sure you like and subscribe to catch even more football content like this. With that being said, in number 1, I've got the 93-20 May 2012 Sergio Aguero goal. When you think of moments, this is always brought up. Last day of the Premier League season, and Man City needed to beat QPR to win their first title in 44 years. Balotelli plays it to Aguero, and the rest is history. Martin Tyler's infamous Aguero scream, as well as the fact that Balotelli didn't even mean to pass Aguero the ball. He even said himself, and quote, "I was trying to control and shoot." So the fact that Aguero even received the ball like that is iconic in itself. Then Man City went on to be an absolute giant in the Premier League. But this right here, it sparked it. Easily takes the #1 spot as the most iconic moment in the Premier League.